The Batman. Just want to give some thoughts on the Batman. I honestly went into it going Robert Pattinson, Twilight, Edward, or something like that. I don't know, something like that. Are you kidding me? He's gonna be Batman. Um, and I have to say, I was nicely impressed by his work on Tenet, even though I don't think I understand it to this day. But the movie itself, but I thought Robert Pattinson did a good job there. But the Batman, very surprising, even though I didn't really have as terrible expectations, I guess, as I thought going into this. But honestly, really good job. I think in some ways, Pattinson, at least his Bruce Wayne, was even better than Christian Bale's. And I hope you know that I put the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy up there. I still rewatch it on a pretty regular basis. Actually, just recently bought the whole trilogy in Blu-ray. I'm behind the times and all that, so don't when it comes to technology, but I watch it all the time still, and done with my DVDs finally, going to Blu-ray finally. The Batman, I mean, I think, and even more so than Robert Pattinson, is just the cast. It's such a good cast. Jeffrey Wright, I think, just does an excellent Commissioner Gordon. Better than Gary Oldman? At least up there. And just to even be in the same ballpark, I think, is amazing, because really the Nolan Batman movies are just the pillar, the standard. So this is one of those where I can't believe how much I liked this movie. And it's literally almost 3 hours long. It's a long one, but it does not feel like it. It's a really cool, kind of more, well, it's a murder mystery. It's the Riddler, and it's the Batman essentially putting on his Arthur Conan Doyle, his Sherlock hat, and doing his detective work. And it's really well done. But like I said, the cast is great. Zoe Kravitz, right, is just excellent. And it's not the role that I thought it was with the trailer. It's a definite more, I don't know, it's not as a cocky role, I guess, as I thought it was going to be. It is more timid, more humble. Anyway, it's a really interesting thing that she's done there, and just really well done. Then you've got, I mean, Paul Dano, is that his name? Dano. He just does a great job as the Riddler, crazy as always in most of his weird stuff. Who else? Colin Farrell as the Penguin. I mean, it wasn't until actually after I watched the movie the whole time going, he looks so familiar. And I knew like I'd heard ages ago that it was Colin Farrell. And then now to actually go, oh my gosh, it was Colin Farrell, wasn't it? So if you've ever done one of those things, like what the heck? But really well done overall. I thought that the Gotham itself was just even done better than the Nolan movies. You know, I just felt like it was it's just an interesting way to approach Gotham that I think is more realistic. I felt like this Batman was more along the lines of like your Year One, that graphic novel, and kind of like The Long Halloween. And I just felt like Pattinson if Bruce Wayne is going into solitude and he's only doing the Batman stuff, what is he going to do? He's broodier. And it did just feel more realistic as far as what Bruce Wayne would be. He would still be famous and popular and everything, but it was just so interesting to see this kind of side of everything. And you have John Turturro, whatever, Carmine Falcone. I just thought he nailed that role so well. Andy Serkis as Alfred, he did a great job, but it was like, that's it. It's very underutilized. Some of the scenes were just a little awkward too, because Bruce Wayne is kind of like, "You're not my father," and that's like one of the first things that happens in the movie. early on at least. And but then proceeds to kind of treat him like a father. And, you know, anyway, I won't get into spoilers. I mean, I wasn't expecting Peter Sarsgaard was in it, and I didn't even realize. I know he's, now that I think, I'm like, anyway, number of, well done. I just think on the whole, it's just a really cool murder mystery, though, with the Batman. I think one of the most surprising things to me was this was a Batman who's not really as distant, right, as the Christian Bale Batman was. He was, I mean, it was almost uncomfortable a lot of times where he's walking in the middle of a crowd of people, and it's not like it happens just once. But one of the times it happens, he's there to kick butt, and it's awesome, and he just like goes right in. And so I just very impressed, and I'm like maybe overly impressed at this point. Maybe I need to think about it more, but I want to watch it again already, and I put this up there. And if this keeps going with more Batman, and I like that it was self-contained, there's possibilities for more things, but it wasn't something that needs to have more to it, I guess. This could be it. This could be done, and maybe Pattinson doesn't want to do any more. Who knows? Like, he did pull a Val Kilmer. I still love Batman Forever. This was also quite a bit different Riddler. This was more of a, our time kind of a bad guy in, since we have the Saw franchise and these kind of like torture things. So not for the faint of heart, more just kind of an evil place, but again, more realistic to Gotham, right? To the real Gotham that we all know and love, I guess. So anyway, but I'm going to go with an 8 out of 10. I just think that this, and more because I'm maybe reserving more or less, but I don't think it's any less than an 8. It was well done. It was really fun. I was into it, and then I've just had a lot of fun talking about it with my friends afterwards. I'd say if you're having any, I think everyone's going to see it anyway, but this is a good one. I will. One of the other surprising things is apparently it rains a lot in Gotham, or there's at least a lot of moisture. So more than I ever thought that there would be. Seemed to always be raining, but there's just some good, healthy action, but also mixed up with mystery, murder mystery. Like, I just hadn't seen that in a Batman in a long time, and it was really fun to watch. Something I was not expecting, and I think that may be a lot behind my position on the movie, but highly recommended. I definitely give it a chance, give it a shot, and let me know your comments, what your thoughts are. I don't think it beats the Christopher Nolan trilogy for me yet. Maybe I have to watch it again, but the fact that it's even making me think about it along those lines, that says a lot. I mean, it's definitely better than Batfleck. I gotta say that. and that's more, I don't think that was Ben Affleck's fault. I think it was more Zack Snyder doesn't understand DC or anything like that. So I could go into that. We could go into that. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Thank you for stopping by to Shelf Centered. I'm trying to do this at the end now. And please don't forget to like and subscribe if obviously this is something that you like. I don't want to put you through torture and seeing this if you don't like it, but please like and subscribe. Don't forget to do that. It does help the channel so much. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.